Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have the most amazing character, can we say? I say character because you are my favorite person to interview and so full of life and doing so many cool things in your business. Miss Jamie from Adventures by Jamie. How are you this morning?
I am wonderful. Thankfully dry here with Hurricane Elsa having passed by, but all good.
I love it. Yeah, we were on standby for Jamie's interview today because we're like, where's the hurricane gonna go? And we're like, oh my gosh. But thankfully, Elsa decided to take her storm a little bit different direction. So we were able to do our interview today, which is awesome. So, Jamie, you are one of you're not only a Cruise on Vacation graduate, you are a Wanderlust CEO. You are in my year-long program,
Yes.
and you've had the craziest year. And I'm not going to say lucky year because I know how hard you work and how much effort you've put into getting systems and processes and doing not just all the things we train, but just because it's who you are as an entrepreneur. But I would love for you to share with our audience kind of where you were before taking Wanderlust CEO and kind of what your journey's been like just so far. I know we're not done with the year yet, but talk to us about some of the fun things that have been happening in your business.
It's been a whirlwind in a very, very good way. But I can't believe what has happened in such really a short amount of time. But as we were nearing the end of Cruise on Vacation, it became very, very apparent to me that I needed to stay on board and join Wanderlust. And I am so, so thankful that I did. And it has been the most incredible experience because, I was able to take everything that, I learned from COV and apply that to Wonderlust, but then be at just a different level with it. And to be able to continue on with you and your incredible team, it helped me to really narrow down. One of the things that I had a lot of trouble with was really, really honing down my niche, which I think that's probably funny because for those that do know me, and I know you really can't see in the video, but I'm in a power chair. I have a disability, and I wanted my company to focus on people with special needs. But at the same time, I didn't want to alienate
Mhm.
those without special needs. And so finding that balance of, being able to cater to both and you know, Wonderlust really helped me to figure that all out. And I remember many calls with Kelly about my website and what does that look like. And I will never forget how many times she asked me, "How does this feel to you?"
Mhm.
And I never realized how important that was with
Yeah.
growing this business. Once everything really felt right and felt good, it just was like everything just started happening. So I just I'm super, super excited of where things are.
I love it. You've had such a really cool journey and you've been scaling a team, right? So I
Yeah.
know we were you were scaling your team a little bit when we were in COV, but it was still under a hosting type model. And one of the things we teach you in Wanderlust CEO is to go completely independent so you can really see all of your efforts, right? 100% commission. Then you have more that you can give your agents, more than you can, more money for marketing, different ways that you can just expand and grow and also take advantage of all of the agency owner type perks that are out there. But talk to us about how scaling your team's been going.
It has been phenomenal. So we are currently at 28 agents, which
Nice.
blows my
Wait,
mind.
you know I have a button for that. Hang on. We got to get
Yes.
the congratulations. That's so amazing in less than a year. That is so crazy.
Yes, less than a year, 28 agents. They're rocking it. Um, Absolutely best decision ever taking the advice to leave the host agency, branch out on my own. It was scary at first, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of paperwork and things that have to be done, but now looking back, like I wish I would have done that months and months prior,
Yeah.
So just yeah, scaling the team has been wonderful and learning how to best support them. And I think that Wonderlust has been phenomenal of helping to figure that part out too.
Yeah.
Because I'm not only working to be successful for myself, I want my team to be successful. And how do I best support them? So,
Absolutely. I love that. And I think that's what a lot of new owners or people who, are like, I'm going to start an agency and I'm going to start scaling a team. It can be really overwhelming and because you realize really quickly I have to have a hiring process, an onboarding process, recruiting process, and oh my gosh, I need to have a training program and all of these little things kind of in place. It's so much architecture in order to do it well to make sure you don't lose credibility with the people that you are hiring. It's something that you've integrated our processes and systems and gotten them in place. Real, I mean, you lightning speed. I always say that about Jamie. Like, Jamie always does everything that I have. I don't think I've ever had a client who does line by line everything I've asked them to do. And you are so good about just being meticulous about implementation, and I appreciate that about you. And I feel like it really does show in your results, right? And becoming an agent is one thing, but becoming the CEO, right, to a whole team of 28. I know you're scaling to much higher before the end of the year, but this large team is a totally different role. It's a totally different hat that you're wearing, and there's different tasks you have to do every day, different structure you have to set up. In that whole process of building, where do you feel like Wanderlust CEO helped you the most so far?
the fact that you literally have, different items that we can pull from, checklists and things that, I mean, it's already laid out for you. You did the work for me. I just had to pull all of that and say, okay, Cyndi says I need to do. And like you said, I got to do this. I got to do check, 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 and it works. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It just, if you follow the program, you follow what you and your team have so graciously laid out for us, it just works. And I mean, 28 agents is proof, and
Yeah.
growing, and it's not scary to grow at this point. I have developed my own sort of groove of, okay, I have this many people and I'm good, and now I can onboard some more, so it's super exciting.
Yeah, when we created it, we really wanted scalability to be the number one thing, right? Someone wants to have 15 agents, great, but if they want to have 100, let's give them the model where they can do each of those things.
Yep.
One of the things that a lot of people don't realize, because it's such a unique thing, no one else in the industry is doing it. We have a done for you training program. So if you're a
Mhm.
Wanderlust CEO certified agency and you're in the program, we give you an entire new hire program that you can then pass to your agents. Of course, there's usually a little fee for that, rightfully so, because you're still handling the agents and onboarding them and all of that stuff. But you, as the Wonderlust CEO, you get a certain amount of licenses that you're able to just use. And so all of your new hires are trained the same way. They have that initial 90-day support. But tell me what you think about the travel professional training kit and how have you plugged that into your agency for you individually?
I think it's wonderful. Firstly, it takes some pressure off of me
Mm.
to to train them in those areas. I mean, obviously I still touch on them, but it takes a bit off of me. But I have found the agents that have gone through it, and I have other agents that are just starting because again, I didn't onboard everybody at the same time. So,
Yeah.
but I see the ones that have gone through it being so much stronger having completed the TPTK, and they are at a much different level. I have one particular agent that she in one trip sold over $100,000. I
Wait,
mean,
we gotta get the
right?
button. We gotta get the
Gotta hit the
button.
button for that one. I mean, that's crazy for
That's
one
amazing.
trip,
I love
So, but she is, one that has completed CPTK, and I mean, again, it shows like the proof
it. Yeah.
is in the pudding, as they say.
Proof is in the pudding. Yeah. And that new hire phase, I always like, that's how I started my career way back when. After I became $1 million salesperson, I trained new agents. And so I know how important like that 90-day period is.
Yeah.
And as an agency owner, it's also the biggest time suck, right? Because you don't have time to spend 60 hours for every IC that you hire, every agent that you hire. It's just impossible to be scale to be, so basically what you're doing is you're outsourcing a portion of your training so they can get up and running and they can be more successful faster. And the other really big factor is you can have a 30 agents on your team, but if they're not selling, that doesn't do you any good.
No.
The key is Wanderlust CEO Mastermind is for people who want to scale top performing teams. We're really serious about that top performing. So I love that she had $100,000 trip sale. I'm sure, was it a group or was it like one trip?
It was one trip. It was a
Oh my God.
world cruise,
I love it.
111-day cruise. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So kudos to her. I mean,
Yes.
and guess what? She's out there, that little bit more confidence, that little, she's been well trained. When she made that sale, guess how excited she, like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, if you
Yes.
can show your agents how to have success faster, they also want to stay with you for the long term, right? So
Correct.
I
I
love
have
that. I mean,
heard
go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, I've heard so many times that, because there is always a fear, I guess, of, okay, I'm going to, grow this team and everything. But then what if they decide to leave me? I want to do whatever I can for retention,
Yeah.
and everything. And so that particular agent, having gone through TBTK, having made that one sale, and the rest of her sales are tremendous too, but
Yep.
we just had a conversation yesterday of how she's so excited, she loves everything that my company is providing her. She can't wait to grow together. There was never one moment, and I even said, jokingly, like, you better never leave me, you know
Yeah.
and she said, oh, no, 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 like, I am here, for the long haul, and that's what I want. And I think that's another thing that with that Wonderlust CEO helps you do, is that retention of
Yeah, we
of
have a
your
whole
agent.
module that it's that whole management of your team, and that whole reward what you want culture and cultivating the right environment so you are retaining your staff and so you are competitive in the marketplace, so you're creating the culture where people not just want to stay, but they want to get involved and they're part of
Mhm.
that whole big vision. You've done a beautiful job of that. It does not surprise me at all because
Aw.
I know you're highlighting line by line the curriculum. I love it. But that brings up a great point because retention is important. You don't, it is, I understand why that's a fear, right? Because you do all
Yeah.
that work. I mean, can you imagine being the agency owner who doesn't have TPTK, or they've been doing, they put hundreds of hours in one person just to have them leave? That would be totally frustrating. I totally
Right.
get that.
And for me, I came from two different host agencies.
Mhm.
So I was with one, and then when I started COV, it was apparent that it wasn't a good fit, and moved, to another one. And then obviously now I'm on my own. But one of the things that I really noticed with at least the agencies that I was with, there wasn't a lot of training. It was, here's your credentials, now go.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I didn't really feel supported by the leadership.
Yeah.
And coming from that, I mean, that's not my personality whatsoever. I want to help everybody succeed. And I also saw that with the host agencies, that again, that I was with, it was a constant revolving door of agents, and that too I didn't want for my own company.
Right.
So again, Wonderlust has just helped me create this, like, perfect perfect agency that is being successful, and the agents are happy.
Solid business model. It's really all it is. Solid
Yeah.
business model, but that's been tested, right? It's been
Right.
tested and proven. And I love that. And you're just a glowing example of that. What do you feel like has been your biggest? I can't just do one for you though, because you have like a bunch, but what have been your biggest top 3 wins since starting the program?
Oh, gosh, biggest. That's hard because there has
You
been
have a
a lot.
ton, I know. I feel
I
like every week you have like a big milestone win.
Hey, Cindy, guess what happened? Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, so three biggest, I would say, um, the my partnership with Visit Tampa Bay has been huge. So with them, I am their disability, I guess you would say, advocate or liaison. I don't know what my official title would be for that, but I have created with them blog posts about accessible attractions in Tampa.
Yeah.
Also, a video highlighting that, speaking engagements because of that. So that has been huge, and people are noticing me
Yeah.
because of it. And clients are coming to me, oh, I saw you with Visit Tampa Bay. So that has been huge for just client retention and growth. I would say being asked to be on the advisory board for Travelability is another huge win for our company. Travelability, they're not a travel agency, but they partner with all of the vendors. So, Royal Caribbean and Disney and Sandals and all of that, but more specifically, their like disability department and those that deal with compliance and accessibility and making things just more inclusive for everybody. So being asked to be part of that team and then having access to all of those people is huge. And then, I love video.
I
I
know,
love,
and that's helped with all of these. I just think it's amazing. It's just
yes,
watching everything unfold. You're becoming a public figure in the accessibility space, and this is such a beautiful thing to watch because
yeah.
I already see. I told you this like a year ago, if you remember when you first started working. I'm like, this is what I see for you, and why couldn't you do this? And I remember just like seeing everything, and now to like come back a year later and just see that most of the stuff and
Has,
then some has happened.
has
I mean,
happened.
it's not that I'm a psychic. I just, but I feel like we talked
I
about
don't
this
know.
stuff a year ago, and I'm so happy for you that everything's just unfolding so beautifully.
Yeah. So with the video, and I've never been shy with video. That's not the issue. But I did not have a YouTube channel. Starting COV, um, didn't really didn't really have any editing experience. Um, didn't know, okay, for, YouTube, you hold your camera horizontally and not vertically. And oh, okay. So I mean, just all those things that
And
again,
how to optimize all those videos,
yes, how to
little sneaky
optimize
tricks.
all the,
Yep.
like you taught me that,
Yep.
all of these things. And so now our YouTube channel is over 620, subscribers.
Yep.
So
We have so much confetti happening on this show. I'm so excited for it.
Betty,
And everybody go follow Jamie. What's your channel name?
Adventures by Jamie, of
Adventures
course.
by Jamie on YouTube. Make sure you go follow her. She's amazing.
Yeah. So the goal is 1,000, so I
Yep.
want to be able to be monetized because there's just another stream of income. Why not?
Yes, let's help Jamie out with that today. I want everyone to go follow her today. I love
There you
it.
go. Click that like, subscribe, and share button.
Hit that like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Don't
There you
forget.
go.
Yes, we train you all of the things in here. It's
All of the
so much.
things.
No, but I
Yeah.
mean, just what a neat journey. Like so much has changed for you in the course of less than a year. You're not even graduated yet. So
I
it's just
know.
phenomenal to see like how much, because we did another video with you which was like your all the successes you had a couple months in, so it's really cool to kind of bring it full circle and recap. But
Yeah.
what I would love for you to tell the audience, Jamie, for that person who's out there, we have two people that are usually perfect for our program. That person who's thinking about growing a team but they're like, how would I even do that? And then we have the experienced agent like you, or agency owner. You already had 7 or 8 people when you started with us
Right.
that is just stuck. They're like at a plateau. How do I grow? How do I support my team? Or how do I get work-life balance if you have 30 agents who aren't performing? What would you say to those people who are out there about Wanderlust CEO if they're kind of on the fence about it?
I would say it is, firstly, the most important, best decision that you will ever make for the success of your business. It is a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of, and again, it's a lot of just material and checking off those boxes and following the system. But you see almost instantly, it's almost scary how it happens. Truly, if you follow the platform, if you listen to what the coaches tell you, it really just all falls into place so nicely. But again, you have to do the work.
Absolutely.
This is not the type of business that it's just going to happen. I mean, no business is, let's be
Yep.
real. But you are so supported as well. You and your entire team are incredible with being there every step of the way. I know I have asked a million questions in in my time with you, and sometimes I've been really challenged, whether it be by you or one of the other coaches, of doing something in a way that I hadn't even thought about, or maybe it took me out of my comfort zone, and I'll never forget, a conversation I had with Brandon, because I was just stuck. I think another beautiful part of this program is mindset, and
Mm,
how important your mindset is. And I had a conversation with him, and I was just stuck, and he really helped me to get unstuck. For he was just phenomenal. But mindset too, it's just so important to your success, no matter what it is.
yep.
And I think that is a lot of just my personality too. Having a disability, I've always had to think out of the box
Yeah.
and how to figure things out. And so my family instilled in me that you can accomplish anything, and I love a good challenge. And to me, this was a challenge, you know. Um, and I think also, you have to want it. Like this again, like I said, it's not something that's just going to happen for you. And but when you start building that team. I know on our call, yesterday, we were talking about how I love the 15th of every month, because that's when the commission, or not commissions, but that's when the fees from my agents come in. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful day that
Yep.
that's just automated and it's in my account. And so you see how scaling a team can benefit you,
Yeah.
and you're helping other people to succeed as well. And that just makes you feel so good.
I love that. Yeah, and you bring up that little architecture piece. That's something if you make the wrong decisions in the setup phase, because we had someone on the call who's newer into the program and she was like, "What should I do? I was thinking about not doing this or doing this." And we're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, here's how you should do it." Because you can't go back and change this later. Like here's the process you should put in place so you can have the same results Jamie's having, right? And that's one of those things where like, what do I set my fees at? What do I set this at? How do I support my people? Knowing all of that stuff from day one and having that framework, it just makes the biggest difference, I feel like, and
Yeah.
why you've been able to kind of parlay this into something bigger than I think you even realized it was going to be by by where
Oh,
we are at
no,
this
no.
point.
I absolutely, I never in a million years. I have this conversation with my boyfriend, my parents, my best friend all the time, that like, what is happening? This is insane. And again, my company only became a true company in September of last year.
Yeah.
So putting that into perspective, to me, makes it even
Wow.
more mind blowing. Like, what?
Astounding.
You know,
Yep. So we're 8, 9 months, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
just about 9 months.
Hmm.
28 staffers, and
Right.
I know you've shared your numbers. We don't have to share that in open public, but your numbers are phenomenal. Like every month, you're like, "Here's what I did." We're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
Right.
It's just been you've. I don't think you had 1 month where you went backwards. It was just a pretty steady trajectory, boom, 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 and big jumps because you're doing stuff right. So
Yeah.
Amy, I am so happy for you. I'm so excited that you trusted us to continue your journey from Careers on Vacation into Wanderlust CEO to build your team and make your environment strong and do all the things that you've done. And I am so excited for this influencer life that has come out of all of your YouTube work and all of the contacts and the speaking engagements and all of the other things happening as a result of just those things that we're putting out there for positioning and marketing and the things that we train you. So I'm so happy for you, my friend. I know this is only like the beginning, like 28 now, 280 a couple years from now.
Right.
I mean, there's no, like you said, sky's the limit based on what you want for your journey going forward. So I
Yeah.
love that. I want to share with everyone, if you're thinking about scaling a team, or if you're like Jamie was and you have a team, but you're like, I feel stuck, or I feel like I need to get back past that next plateau, consider Wanderlust CEO. I'm going to put the link down below in the comment section and reach out to us or go to careersonvacation.com. You can read more about the program. And I want to thank you again, Jamie, for sharing your story and inspiring our audience a little bit just on what is possible. And can we mention, in case someone's watching this video like 3 years from now, last year was September of 2020, y'all, which means everything was shut down when Jamie started her company. She's like, yeah, Cyndi, I'll join a year-long mastermind program and start training my agents when we can't even book travel right now. That is the commitment level. So the fact that she's had in less than 9 months this phenomenal abundance, all of these things happening, scaled her team to 28. I mean, it's just incredible. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it definitely is possible for anybody that takes the leap to join Wonderlust. It again, it will be the best decision you've ever made for your company.
I love that. And Jamie, you're not going far because once you're Wanderlust CEO, you're in the network forever. So
Well, I'm rejoining another year, so you're not.
I love it. Yeah. And that's another thing. The support doesn't have to end after that first year. You can continue the support. It's hard to leave, I feel like. And I'll just say, I mean, because after you do that first year, we have just like a lower cost, but you still get access to my amazing team, which helps you with all of the marketing. Like if you had to go out and hire one of my experts, it would cost, more than the entire program. So it's kind
Right.
of like, that's one of the things we've been able to do in my world because we source experts, but we allow it out to our community. It's kind of like cost sharing, right? Because you guys work with them in a group environment, but you get access to people who really know what they're doing from a marketing perspective, branding perspective, mindset perspective, copy and manuscripting, all of those things, right? The funnels, all of the things that you're learning. So I love that. We need to
Yeah,
talk
and
about that, but I know we could go on for hours.
we
But
could.
alas, we have to go book some vacations, I'm sure. So, well, Jamie, hang out. I'm going to talk to you in the green room. For everyone else, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you guys the world. I would love to be honored if you trust us to work with you and help you scale your travel agency. I'd be so excited. We'll put that information below. No matter what, have an awesome time, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out my other content to help you grow and scale your very own travel business. And also, I invite you to travel around the world with me and find out what I'm doing in my portable, profitable, award-winning travel business. Check out the videos.